Okay, I am running a Bitcoin node, and this video goes over my machine setup. Actually, not the setup, but the specs on it. And I run through a few commands, looking at transactions and blocks and data files. And I apologize in advance for the music in the background. I forgot I had it on, and it's kind of weird and vibey, and sometimes gets too loud. Lastly, I want you to know that the Terranode architecture is going to basically change all that I am showing you. But it's kind of cool to know what it looks like now so that we can understand Terranode architecture better by understanding the basics. So I'm just sharing as I'm learning and hope that you enjoy. I'm running a virtual machine using Google Cloud, and I'll walk you through what my setup is because it's not very beefy. If I were a business running a node, this would not cut it. Let's just put it that way. But it's been very fun for learning. So let's see if this will pull it up. Yeah. Okay, so I have 4 virtual CPUs. I have 16 gigabytes of RAM, a 500 gigabyte SSD. I set up a swap because the thing was crashing to shit all the time. And so first I increased my prune setting because I am running this pruned. So I only keep 30 gigabytes of recent blocks. And it used to be smaller, and I made it bigger. And I think that if I recall correctly, the logic is that if you make the prune setting bigger, then you can have the fast writes to process the big blocks. You have more room to do that. I think that's right. I'm not positive, but yeah, so I'm running a prune node. I did set up an auto start. This was kind of one of the first things I did in troubleshooting is I set up an auto start because it kept crashing. Of course, it kept crashing because it was starting to get to the bigger blocks. It stalled out. Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of all I have to share about that. I finally got it to stop crashing through kind of all of this process, the different, the swap and the prune setting and the auto start. I wasn't, I mean, obviously if I got more RAM, I would, I don't think the CPU, I don't know. Anyway, the CPUs and the RAM kind of are the key, but I'm not going to pay for those. This is just for learning. So, all right, let's look. So I will just start playing with this. So, so let's get the current block count. So we're at block height 719,552. And I think if I recall correctly, last time I looked, there's something at like 888 something or other thousand. So you would think that that seems close, but it's actually not. And so I'll show you something that can tell us how we still have a long way to go to sync. So let me take a step back. What we're doing right now, what I'm doing is I'm syncing to the blockchain. And I still have, I think, I think I'm 67 or 68% of the way done. So let's do this. So I don't know if you can see down here, down at the bottom. Let me do this. I'm going to clear this. Let me clear the screen so we can go to the top. All right. We just got the block count. All right. Let's get the best block hash. And what this is going to do is my latest synced block. And that is the number. So let us, this is, obviously a hash it's the block hash. So I'm going to copy that onto my clipboard, and then I'm going to, I'm trying to find a command here. Okay. So what this is going to do is it's going to grab that block and give us a lot of information about it, some of which I can read and some of which I cannot. Takes a second. And so this Bitcoin CLI, that's the Bitcoin command line interface for the Bitcoin D software. D stands for daemon. And I believe I have the latest Bitcoin software installed. I think I got it from the BSVA site. There's probably a command for checking that, but I'm not sure what it is. It should be coming soon. There we go. All right. So these are all the transactions in the block. So there's a lot of them. I won't scroll all the way up. It probably tells us down here how many transactions. So it's had 5 confirmations. This is the block hash, which we just put in there. The height is 719,566. This is the Merkle root. So that means the Merkle root of all of these transactions. That's what this is. It's so cool. I love it. Time. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. Let's do this. This is Unix time, and let's go do this. We're gonna, I think I have it saved in here somewhere. All right, yeah, so this will tell us, what the date. I copied too much. All right. All I want is this right here, right where it says time. I want these numbers here. And we'll put it down here. And then we're going to hit return and look. So this block was from Monday, December 27th, UTC in 2021. So that's kind of cool. It gives us the difficulty. It gives us the nonce. So that's what whoever won that block, that was the nonce that was used to win it. What else? Kind of a lot of other goofy stuff. But anyway, so you can see how fun this is. This is so cool. Another thing that I learned is how data is stored. So there is a directory. So I am going to go find the directory. So if you want to, let's see, hang on one second. Okay, I'm back. And okay, so okay, this one is going to show us the contents of all the files in the install. Okay. The ones I know a bit about are this chain state one, and that is the UTXO store. So that has all the unspent transaction output data. It doesn't store all the data for any given transaction. It's the unspent transaction outputs. So in a transaction, you've got inputs and outputs. And so this is all of the outputs that are unspent. It's the current UTXO store that gets talked about. It's very, very cool. And every node has that. This one, let's see, is it the blocks? Yeah, I think it's this one, the blocks. And so this one, I've seen it as blk.dat, and all blocks are stored in these files. So if you had a gigabyte block or multi-gigabyte block, it would be all in this one .dat file. And so I don't know what sizes are set by nodes for how big those files are, but there's a whole bunch of them. Now, since I'm running a prune node, all of those block data files get dropped, except for the current, in my situation, 30 gigabytes. So that's really, really cool. So that's where all the transactions are stored. Different from that UTXO store, this chain state one. I don't know what a lot of these other things are. Well, I have a lot more to share on data and how that all works, but I'll do that another time. So, signing off.